अस्सलाम वालेकुम माय डियर। आज का जो हमारा टॉपिक है बॉटनी में जो हम आज डिस्कस करने जा रहे हैं इट इज़ लाइकन्स व्हाट आर आल्सो कॉल्ड एज माइकोफाइकोमाइसिटीज। गोड़न बह गोबर तो इत कट ज लाइकन्स क्या दीज आर द टाइप ऑफ ऑर्गेनिजम्स। अगर तुम लाइकन्स वुचन आसन मुमकिन तो वुचमत वारिया लट लाइकन्स कित गोबर लाइकन्स क्या छिट आसो तुम कुन सात वुचमच ग्रो गसन ऑन रॉक्स या ऑन द बार्क ऑफ ट्रीज यूजुअली आसन येलो और ग्रीन कलर तो ये स्क्रैच करन तो दैट कम्स डाउन इन द फॉर्म ऑफ पाउडरी मॉस छठ यस जन ग्रो गसन ऑन दीज रॉक्स और ऑन द बार्क ऑफ ट्रीज येलो और ग्रीन कलर बेसिकली दैट is not non-living. Those are the living organisms what are called as lichens. So lichens जो है यहाँ पे you have to remember in Whitaker's five kingdom classification all the living organisms have been classified into five kingdoms. यहाँ पे जो अहम बात है you have to remember that in Whitaker's five kingdom classification, lichens are completely excluded. मतलब ये कि इन विटाकर्स फाइव किंगडम क्लासिफिकेशन जो लाइकन्स है दे डोंट फॉल इन एनी ऑफ द किंगडम्स। किसी भी किंगडम में ये इंक्लूड नहीं हो पा रहे हैं। दे आर कंप्लीटली एक्सक्लूडेड, यू शुड रिमेंबर। And also you should remember viruses are also completely excluded because viruses are acellular. They don't fall in any of the kingdom. Lichens are also the organisms. They do not fall in any of the kingdom in Whitaker's five kingdom classification. क्यों? You will discuss it ahead. तो हम डिस्कस करने जा रहे हैं लाइकन्स। तो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल यू शुड रिमेंबर हियर Theophrastus in 300 BC first coined the term lichen. मतलब द टर्म lichen जो है इट वाज फर्स्ट coined by Theophrastus in 300 BC. सेकेंड पॉइंट जो आप याद रखोगी Acarius in 1798 laid the foundation of a subject that is called lichenology. Lichenology is the subject that deals with the systematic study of lichens. And dear, you should remember that lichens जो है they possess 15,000 species. So this is the species diversity found in lichens. 15,000 species they possess belonging to 400 genera. And these lichens where they are found They are cosmopolitan, found everywhere on the planet Earth, almost from equator to poles. These lichens are found. Now the question is here, what is the structure of lichens, that we will discuss in detail. Dear students, you should remember that Shvinder in 1867 proposed a hypothesis that's called as Duval hypothesis. This is the hypothesis, Duval hypothesis, that was proposed by Shvinder for lichens. So what is this Duval hypothesis? Shvinder was the first who proposed that lichens, or you can say a lichen, is not a single organism. A lichen is a composite organism. जो एक लाइकन होता है, it is a composite, or you can say it is a dual organism. It is composed of two components, two different kinds of organisms. So basically जो एक लाइकन है, it is an association in between the two different types of organisms or partners that live in association with each other. A lichen usually consists of an association of two partners, two components. In a lichen, there are two partners. One partner is an alga, that is algal partner, and another partner or component is a fungus, that is a fungal partner or fungal component. So basically जो एक lichen होता है, it consists of two partners, algal partner and fungal partner. The algal partner is photosynthetic. This algal partner is called as phycobiont. As you know, the study of algae is called phycology, or it is also called as photobiont. Since it is photosynthetic, so it is called as photobiont, whereas the fungal partner is termed as mycobiont. As you know, the study of fungi is called as mycology. So remember here, there are two partners in a lichen, algal partner and fungal partner, that is phycobiont and mycobiont. तो ये जो phycobiont होता है, it is proportion is only 5%, whereas the mycobiont, its proportion is 95%. So main component is here fungal component, that is mycobiont, that constitutes 95% of the mass of a lichen. ये जो algal partner होता है phycobiont, जो algal partner होता है, it usually belongs to the class of algae, that is chlorophyceae, or it may belong to the class Myxophyceae, that is blue green algae, like nostoc, like chlorella it can be. तो जो ये फंगल पार्टनर होता है, that's mycobiont, it may belong to any of the three classes. It may belong to the class of fungi, what are called as Ascomycetes, it may belong to the class of fungi what are called as Basidiomycetes, or it may belong to the class of fungi that is Deuteriomycetes. mycetes. Okay. Since the fungal partner is the main partner here that is found by 95% proportion, that's why the two botanists, one is Alexopoulos and Mims in 1979 classified lichens into three categories. All lichens have been classified by Alexopoulos and Mims into three categories based upon the type of fungal partner. So the three categories of lichens are here. Means what are the three groups of lichens? One are called here ascolichens. What are ascolichens? Those lichens in which fungal partner, that is mycobiont, इनमें जो फंगल पार्टनर होता है डेट्स माइकोबायट बिलोंग्स टू क्लास एस्कोमाइसिटीज। मतलब ये कि जिन लाइकन्स में फंगल पार्टनर बिलोंग करता है टू द क्लास एस्कोमाइसिटीज, दोज आर कॉल्ड एज एस्कोलाइकन्स। Another are called here as basidiolichens. So what are basidiolichens? Those lichens in which the fungal partner belongs to the class Basidiomycetes. And the third class of lichens are deuteriolichens. Deuteriolichens are such lichens in which the fungal partner belongs to the class Deuteriomycetes. तो एक बात आप याद रखिए, Deuteriomycetes is the class of fungi which are called fungi imperfecti, means imperfect fungi. These are the only fungi that do not reproduce sexually. That's why these are called imperfect fungi. That's why deuteriolichens are also the lichens which do not reproduce sexually, and we call them as imperfect lichens. Why imperfect lichens? Because they don't reproduce sexually. Okay, now these are the three classes or groups of lichens based upon the mycobiont या fungal partner. तो ये भी अब आपको क्लियर हुआ कि why lichens cannot be placed in any of the five kingdoms in Whitaker's five kingdom classification. तो रीज़न ये है कि lichens जो है these are dual organisms, they consist of two partners, algal partner and fungal partner. That's why we can't place them in any of the kingdoms. तो और एक बात यहाँ पे है, so अब आपको ये क्लियर हुआ a lichen is an association in between the algal and fungal partner. What this association should be termed as? तो यहाँ पे आप याद रखिए the association in between in between the algal and fungal partner. This is very important to remember. The association in between the algal and fungal partner in lichens is best termed as, this association is now called as, it's termed as हेलोटिज्म. ये कभी पूछा जाता है कॉम्पिटेटिव एग्जाम्स में, हेलोटिज्म क्या है. सो हेलोटिज्म इज मास्टर स्लेव रिलेशनशिप. मास्टर स्लेव रिलेशनशिप मतलब इन केस ऑफ लाइकन्स जो ये फंगल पार्टनर है, it is a sort of parasite. It is considered as controlled parasite over the algal partner. मतलब ये कि what the food is synthesized by, जो भी फूड सिंथेसाइज करते हैं एल्गी by the process of photosynthesis, that food they have to share with fungi. As fungi are non-photosynthetic, they can't perform photosynthesis. So you can say in helotism, in this relationship, in helotism, the fungus या fungal partner you can say is a controlled parasite. It is a controlled parasite over the algal partner. It exploits the algae, what the food is synthesized by algae, that is utilized by fungal partner. So you have to remember, the fungal partner is a controlled parasite over the algal partner, and algae are losers. The algal partner here you can see it is a loser. Earlier the association in between the two algal and fungal partners was termed as consortium. Consortium is a sort of marriage, but the concept is rejected. Then it was called as symbiosis, means there is mutual benefit. Symbiosis, that symbiosis means here both the partners benefit with each other. They are benefited with each other like that algae prepare the food that they share with fungi. The fungi, they are composed of thread-like structures called hyphae. They absorb the moisture and provide that moisture to the algae so that the algae use that moisture for photosynthesis. But this time it has been observed the algae that are found in lichens, they can perform photosynthesis even in the absence of the fungal partner. So that's why algae are being exploited. They don't get any sort of benefit from the fungal partner. They are being exploited by the fungal partner. That's why the relationship is now termed as helotism. Master-slave relationship means the fungal partner is master and algal partner acts as a sort of slave. Okay. Now here is the question, where algae are growing, means habitat of, where these lichens are growing, habitat of lichens. So as far as lichens are concerned, where do they grow? You have to remember lichens are cosmopolitan. They occur everywhere from equator to the poles. And lichens are very slow growing organisms. Even lichens are considered to be among the oldest living objects on the planet Earth. Some lichens are found to be as old as 4,500 years. And these lichens, they grow in such areas that are pollution free. You have to remember like this here. So first you will write here lichens are slow growing. They are slow growing, cosmopolitan means found everywhere on the planet Earth. Cosmopolitan organisms that grow in pollution free areas and are among the oldest living objects, oldest living objects on the planet Earth. As I told you कि जो लाइकन्स है इनकी एज क्या हो सकती है 4500 years old they may be on the earth. और एक बात आप याद रखिए my dear students that it's very important to remember that lichens act as indicators of air pollution. That is the ecological importance of lichens. Lichens act as indicators of air pollution. What does it mean? जो lichens है they grow in such areas that are pollution free. Lichens जो होते हैं they are very sensitive to air pollution, especially when the air pollution is caused by a gas that is sulfur dioxide. Sulfur dioxide is usually released by automobiles, by factories in atmosphere. तो जो lichens होते हैं they don't grow in such areas where there is high level of air pollution by sulfur dioxide. So it means you can't find the lichens in such areas like cities, in towns, in industrial areas where there is high level of air pollution. जहाँ पे आप lichens abundantly पाओगे तो आप कह सकते हो these areas are pollution free. जहाँ पे lichens totally absent होंगे या they are found in small numbers तो आप कह सकते हो those areas are highly polluted areas. Okay, now जो lichens है where they are found, the lichens they may grow usually on rocks, they may grow on soil as well, they grow on the bark of trees, sometimes they grow on wood as well. And you should remember bark and wood, these are two different concepts. Wood is xylem, bark usually outer bark, inner bark, and that is phloem. So even some lichens are such that which grow in freshwater bodies. So based upon the habitat means where lichens are growing. Lichens are classified as, we classify lichens like this. They are classified as number one, you can say sexicoles. Sexicoles are the lichens growing on rocks. You know dear, some lichens grow on rocks. Those lichens which grow on rocks, those are called sexicoles. The example is here Xanthoria. Xanthoria is the lichen that grow on rocks. Another group of lichens, those are called Corticoles. Corticoles are the lichens growing on tree bark. On the bark of trees, lichens growing on tree bark. Those lichens are called as corticoles, and the example is Parmelia. Parmelia is a lichen that grows on the bark of trees, even Usnea. And you should remember Usnea या Usnea पढ़ सकते हो इसे. It is a lichen that grows on the bark of trees, especially in forests. And when the temperature is raised, this lichen catches fire, and this is responsible for forest fires. Usnea. So, and there is another group of lichens what are called terricoles. Terricoles are the lichens that grow on soil. Lichens growing on soil. Some lichens grow on soil. Those are called as terricoles. And the example of this lichen is that's very important lichen you should remember. There is a lichen that's called as reindeer moss. My dear students, you should remember this is also asked in competitive exams. Reindeer moss is. ये है क्या? It is a lichen. However, moss is the term that is used for bryophytes. Bryophytes are commonly called as mosses. But reindeer moss is not a moss really, it is not a bryophyte, it is a lichen that's botanically called as Cladonia. इसका botanical name जो है Cladonia rangifera या rangifera. It is a lichen that grows on soil, and this Cladonia rangifera, it is usually confined, it grows in Arctic tundras. It is confined to North Pole where it grows in the forests. Those are called Arctic tundras. And also there are some lichens you have to remember. They even grow in freshwater bodies. And you remember, my dear, the lichens, there are a few lichens such that grow on wood. The lichens growing on wood. उन लाइकन्स को हम क्या कहते हैं? ग्रोइंग ऑन वुड आर कॉल्ड, दोज आर कॉल्ड lignicolous lichens. As you know, the major proportion of wood consists of lignin found in the secondary wall of tracheids vessels. So those are called lignicolous lichens. Lignicolous lichens grow on wood. And for the example of such a lichen is Cephalium. Cephalium is the lichen that grows on wood. So this is on the basis of habitat. You can say the lichens are termed as, one are called as saxicolous, corticolous, terricolous and lignicolous lichens. Now is about the structure of lichens. For that purpose you will follow the next lecture.